Hello everyone and welcome to God Eater Resurrection. I am your mad host Dan. Last time when we started, we had the creation of codename Hemlock here. And more or less the beginning of the intro cutscene of this game of Mr. Locke here becoming a new God Eater. In this episode we are going to perform a few tasks, which as lovely Lika here is letting us know, yes. Yeah, she basically wants us to make sure we talk to Spaki, so let's just go and do that, which is the lady we spoke to who talked to us earlier. So yes, she wants to make sure we talk to Dr. Skaki in order to get ourselves checked up. Just more or less making sure we understand this, which of course we do. And yes, we will be on our way. And kind of a little hint just letting us know that we can travel to several different areas within this lovely facility of Fenrir in order to kind of do certain things. There will be a point to some of these places, but for now, let us just go to the laboratory, which we're going to find our good old kindly doctor. On the way, we'll see fellow God Eaters all different places. They're always situated in different places. They always have a few things to say, like Miss Cannon here, which we'll get to know later. But for now, let's go no further and pay a good old visit to the kind doctor. I actually like him. He's not a bad person.
Didn't expect that. You are here precisely 726 seconds before I anticipated. Interesting. I am Paler Sakaki. Dr. Paler Sakaki, the chief of Aragami Tech and R&D. I'm certain we'll be seeing quite a lot of each other over the coming days. Welcome aboard, new type. As you can see, I'm still a touch busy at the moment. Things to do, screens to watch, Johannes, why don't you do your speech thing, and then I'll go.
Sure. Though, Doctor, I think it is high time you learn to prioritize between work and personal research. Thank you for taking part in the aptitude test. I know it is not pleasant. My name is Johannes von Schicksal. I'm the director of the Far East Branch, reporting directly to Fenrir. Once again, congratulations on your acceptance. I know you shall do great things in your time here.
Don't let the speechifying fool you. He's an ex-tech guy. No doubt the new type medical exam is calling to him.
A tech guy? Do keep in mind that I hung up my lab coat because we have you now, Doctor.
Once a scientist, always a scientist, Johannes.
Perhaps. In any case, if I may return to my speechifying. The Fenrir Corporation has many goals, of which you are now a critical part. Your direct duties, while crucial, are rather simple. You God Eaters hunt down and destroy Aragami, and gather their materials. These materials are then converted into resources. They help maintain this base, and supply the upcoming Aegis project.
These numbers? There's no way they can be right.
The Aegis project will defend humanity in our utopia. A fortress at sea, impregnable to Aragami assault, located near the deepest part of the Sea of Japan.
Ah, of course, of course!
Once the final phase of the project is complete, humanity will be able to live in peace again, free from these monsters.
Amazing! The new types are a miracle!
Taylor, I am trying to teach something.
Oh, right. Sorry. It's just these readings. They're beyond our wildest hopes.
Then it seems the future of humanity is in good hands. You will do us proud. And on that note, I shall place you in the doctor's hands and take my leave. Paler, be sure to send the results.
I believe we're ready to begin. Go ahead and lie down on the bed just there. As the exam begins, you will feel a bit drowsy. I assure you there's nothing to worry about. When you awaken, you'll be in your quarters. It's a, cat nap, so to speak. Shouldn't be more than a few hours. 10,800 seconds at most. Sleep well.
So yes, that was our lovely doctor and director, of course, talking to us. And pay attention to the Aegis project. That will be very important. You'll hear that a few times. Quite often. And here we can access the archive from the terminal in your room, allowing us to watch movies and listen to music. This is more just to basically review the cutscenes of the game and just listen to music that will be played throughout this game. It's always lovely, but without further ado, let us leave our place, which is in the Rookie's quarters, rookie section of the branch, and our fellow God Eaters. But for now, let us go to the entrance. And you may have noticed, like, where our name is, or at least the code name of our character, there's been this bizarre little envelope. I'm going to show off sort of the main terminals. This is where I'll be honest, I will be doing a lot of this off screen, so because this will go off, but initially I will show you guys what goes on. Here you can change and upgrade equipment, craft items, manage your inventory, and save your progress at terminals. Also, there's the database, which more or less gives you everything you need to know. To check the terms using God Eaters and other material based on your progress through the story, and information on the bullet editor, Aragami's strengths and weaknesses, that is important, and other information that will help you through the game. It's all very nice. And you can also get mail, which is just kind of little bits of lore bits so you can hear from everyone. The mail I will show, I'm not sure if I am going to read all these. If not, I'll read all these or just kind of leave them for you guys to read. Be sure to let me know, but for now I'll read them for now. So this is from our new friend Koda. Nice to meet you. By the way, do you know when my medical checkup is? I think Mr. Gubaki told me, but I can't remember. I want to ask her, but she seems kind of scary. And you'll get more or less about this. Aragami, the only thing we know of are the ogre tails, which, surprise, surprise, are the Aragami we saw from the intro cutscene. There's a small Aragami that sprout giant tail, sporting an ogre-like face. These are basically your generic fodder, more or less. These guys are kind of like your generic grunts, your lower crap, your Goombas, just basically intro enemies to introduce. We have an inventory which we can store items, which just go without saying we can store things that we don't need. So if we want a specific kind of inventory, we want to just make sure everything is nice and concrete. We can store things away, and inversely, we can also take things out to make sure we can bring them with us to the field. And I will do this. Loadout is another thing which basically allows us to change our equipment and prepare for things, which, as you can tell, we can also check skill effects, which these actually allow you to give you a few new abilities that allow you to, in essence, build your character as you wish, which also gives you some chance to just kind of play around some builds. And you can basically also press the start button in order to check your skills. The only reason you see it start is because I am playing with a controller, just because the PC controls, while it is possible, it's a little wonky at best. So without further ado, I'm going to explain very briefly about the weapons that we have in Dune. Since we're a new type, we are basically a combination of two different types of weapons, which are blade type weapons, guns, and of course a standard shield, which means we have the ability to block, which is a very odd thing for me to do in a game like this. We can also manage our bullets, and more importantly, we can actually manage how our character looks from here on out, which I'm going to very briefly do so just because I don't want to have the same generic look just initially. So we're gonna look, actually, we're gonna go with that, and for the bottom, you know what? Why not? We'll go with that. This will be the look we'll have for now. Again, this appearance will change throughout time. For our main weapons, we have several different categories. I will be showcasing these initially, so you all kind of have a feeling of how these all work until I go with one type of weapon I will stick with. So we have knives. We have daggers. These are basically short weapons. These are very fast. They allow you for good mobility. You have blades, which are just kind of middle of the road. They're slower than knives, but they're faster than our busters. These are basically capable of causing great amount of damage. And they also allow you to do crushing damage, which is good for breaking armor. But they are not as good at crushing as a hammer, which, well, allows you to propel things. We have spears that are basically just pure piercing attack and allow for more precision, and a weapon that is more introduced in the sequel, but was brought back here because Resurrection is kind of a remake of reimagining of the first game, Scythe, which I personally like, but for now we'll stick to the general setup of the dagger and gun, battle gun. The gun types are actually much smaller in case, where we have the assault gun, which is more or less just a rapid fire machine gun, which you can auto lock. You have your general grenades / rockets, your rifles, which are basically long range, and the shotgun, a very simple and effective one. But for now, we'll go with these two weapons, and finally, with shields, we have 3 different types that all work differently. You have your bunkers, your buckler, which is basically the most speedy, which allows you to shield up quicker. They do absorb the least amount of damage. You have your shield, which is standard. It's more or less the most balanced of the 3. And then you have your tower shields, which basically absorb a lot of damage, but they take a long time to set up, obviously. Kind of goes without saying. But for now, let us go with Kolen's new look. Let us go talk to Tsubaki again, I believe. Yes, once we are done, we can talk to Miss Takeda next to us at the desk, in order to get ourselves a new mission. Do we understand this? Yes, we do. She's expecting a lot from us, so without further ado, we have to do a few things. Yes, first you will receive an order for a mission. Then, based on enemy intelligence, you can change your weapons upstairs at the terminal. I will be changing this. I will be doing all that kind of preparations off screen, so you don't have to see that constantly. Do you follow me? Yes, we do. Oh, that's good. I may cause you inconvenience at times, but I do look forward to working with you. Before you set out, go upstairs and head to the den gate at the end of the hall. And basically, she mentions there are 2 different types of stories. Story missions that advance the plot, and free missions, in which story missions we will be going through. Free missions I will only show on screen if it introduces a new type of Aragami, more or less, just to give everyone a chance to say, like, this is what they are, but more or less we will be focusing on the story. There is also a mission here known as the Urgents. These are missions that come off from time to time, more or less are worth your time. Which I will be attempting to try to do as well during the story. And then the extra missions are just kind of more or less as explained here, can only be played after advancing the main storyline to a certain difficulty. For details to unlocking conditions, see the mission descriptions. These are basically meant to be really hard challenges and not to be dealt with until much later. So yes, they do let you know, and some of these cases are also. And also, some of these missions, these harder missions will have like kind of certain conditions to deal with, like you have like a certain amount of time to deal with things, or enemies hit a lot harder. But in this case, we have two free things, which are basically the tutorials, just to teach you all about the game. I will showcase this quickly, and our initial mission, which is just kill off this ogre tail. So, joining us will be a corporal known as Lindo. You may recognize him very shortly, so without further ado, we will once we accept our mission, all we have to go is go to the den gate and head off. So let us do just that. Sorry there's a lot of explaining this first part, but it's just more or less formalities. Just because there's a lot to explain now, and it also helps me getting it out of the way for now, for later basically, if that makes sense.
Oh, Lindo. The director said that if I saw you, I should tell you he wishes to meet with you.
Awesome. Sounds like you didn't see me then. Oh ho! Hey there, Rook. The name's Lindo Amamiya. According to various documents, I am your superior officer. But I never paid much attention to that crap, and neither should you. In-game, I want you to be someone who I know has my back, and I'll have yours.
Oh, who's this? A new recruit?
Yup, and you're totally ruining my big scary speech about our brutal coda, so shoot.
Of course, sir. You're the boss, sir.
Now I lost my place, so we're cool, yeah? I'm sending you out into battle, and I know that's scary, but look, I'm gonna be right here with you. Got it? Oh, and look at the time. It's 1/2 mission. Let's go.
I absolutely love Lindo. He is by far one of my favorite characters in this game, as you'll see.
Man, This place has seen better days for sure. All right, Rook. We're gonna get some hands-on experience today. You got 3 big rules. Don't die. If you're in danger, frickin' run. And last, hide. Well, not hide. Use cover. Stealth wins fights. Wait, is that 4 big rules then? I'm gonna bottom line it for you. Survive. Actually, yeah, let's say 1 big rule. Survive. All right, kid. Let's get this show on the road.
Lindo's pretty fantastic in terms of just being like your superior officer who's just really relaxed all the time, but it's more or less means business when the moment counts.
Hey there! This is our first field op together. I'm excited to work with you. Now let's get out there!
We're fighting little ogre tails today. Should be a pretty basic hunt. Nothing crazy or unexpected.
Okay, so the combat mechanics of the game are pretty easy. You have your jump, which is with A. B allows you to dodge around. X allows you to do your simple... allows you to do small, short attacks, while heavy allows you to do hard attacks, which you can just basically combo in between all of them. Also, you can do combos in the air, which is lovely.
I know it's your first time to field. Just remember to stay calm.
L1 allows you to target, while also... Well, R1 allows you to basically swap between your gun modes quickly, which at that point X and Y are basically your bullet mechanics. If you also hold B while you're doing R1, will allow you to hold your shield. So yes, the target will also your lock-in will also allow you to reorient your camera when you get the chance to. Yes, also holding R1 will allow you to run when you need to. And now the big mechanic of this game, if you hold your heavy attack, you will basically cause this horrific thing to come out of your guard arc. This allows you to perform a devour.
This is the pace. I know you can win this.
Which, if you can do that, you are able to basically perform a few stronger abilities, sometimes abilities that are unique to the Aragami themselves.
I don't just hand out compliments. When I say you moved well out there for a retreat, I mean it.
It is also important to make sure you hit these whenever you kill the Aragami themselves, because it allows you to get material off of them, which you will be needing to basically make anything ever. Let's see. Okay, yes, and we have 2 different types of devours right now, which is standard charge. We also have another which is based on our dodges. So if you do the same mechanics, or correction, it's based on the combo actually. So these different devour mechanics styles you see all have different rates in which you gain meter, and you can actually later on edit them in order to give you some bonuses to them. But that will be explained at a later point, if that makes sense. But for now, we did our mission rather easily. Could have gone shorter, smaller, could have been much faster if I wasn't explaining the controls, but as you see here, the number of the right of each character is their endurance, which will decrease as their health reaches 0. If another character's endurance reaches 0, they cannot perform link aid, and if your own reaches 0, you fail the mission. So more or less, you start at 50, and it goes down, I believe 5 each time, so really, I believe, you have about like 10, I think you have 10 chances during mission, depending if you don't mess up. You also earn GAP. GAP can be spent to learn certain personal abilities from members who will join you in the future. GAP is earned the first time a mission is cleared, and rarely when clearing an urgent mission. These are very important. Materials and consumable items are collected on a mission are automatically sent to the storage that can be accessed from the terminal, which is also nice. So you're also ranked as well, with triple S being the highest you can make. The lowest I still have not really made, not tried to balls up the mission hard enough in order to see. But depending on how you do with certain missions, if it's your first time clearing it, and just other occasional things, you'll get new material based on those conditions. Which it's always in your point, and you also get MP for anyone who join you in those missions. So that went pretty well, but it makes sense for it being the tutorial, like your first mission, so it's not supposed to be really challenging.
Ah, there you are. We've got a lot of ground to cover, So, what do you say we just jump right in? Now, what do you think an Aragami is? Lots of words come to mind. The apex predator, the devourer of mankind, God's given flesh. Well, those are all right, in a way. These phrases, while dramatic, aren't misconceptions. Rather, you could say they simply evolved from wonderment. The speaker clearly has their eyes fixed on the phenomena before them. Today, we are striving for a deeper answer. Tell me, have you ever wondered from whence the Aragami come? History books tell us that they just appeared, as though from the air itself. Since then, their numbers have grown. Strange, no? As though they are ripping through the very core of evolutionary process.
Hey, does this lecture have an intermission? Or a point? Our job's to kill them. What does it matter where they come from?
Oh, it matters. Aragami have no heart. Neither do they have a brain or a digestive system or spinal fluids. Frail humans that we are, a powerful strike to the chest would cripple or kill us. But no, that won't bring down an Aragami. You see, these beasts are clusters of oracle cells, each individually a single-cell organism of its own, ever devouring the others. Mad? Ha! Perhaps. But each Aragami is a colony of hundreds, nay thousands of individual life forms, each striving to survive. And this dangerous, deadly, elegant fusion of cells cannot be destroyed by conventional weapons. They are impervious to all assault. So, how then are we meant to survive? How can we defeat such a powerful predator?
Well, they die when we hit them a lot with the God Arc, or shoot them a lot with the God Arc, so...
Precisely! A God Arc! A biological weapon infused with the same oracle cells that inhabit an Aragami's body. That's the key. They are the only weapons capable of cutting through their ever-fusing oracle cells. But just cutting them down will do no good. The rogue cell colonies will grow and heal, or worse, form new monsters to be defeated. No, there is only one way to ensure victory. Tearing out the core. The cells that serve as a control center. But of course, such a task is challenging to say the least. Even with our God Arcs, we have no way to deliver such a devastating blow. At some point, people recognized in these monsters, in their immortality, the spirits of the many gods once worshipped here. They deemed these creatures Aragami, and we fight them still. I think that's as good a place as any to hold for today. As homework, please refer to the Norn database for more on the history of Aragami. Dismissed.
So yeah, just a bit of an overview of the Aragami themselves. I'm sorry, I do apologize for the heavy amount of cutscenes during the beginning of this game. It's just, again, to help establish the world around. So I think for now we'll end this off here. So next time we will continue onwards with the story. We will continue onwards and hunting and perhaps we may be hunting some bigger Aragami than just a single ogre tail, eh? So until then, I have been your mad host. Take care then, everyone. Bye. We'll make sure Kolen can say goodbye at least, eh? Or maybe not. Who's to say? What do you think, Kolen? Well, Kolen, say goodbye to everyone. Or not. You'll just stare at all of them, I suppose. That's fair, I guess. Well, goodbye everyone. Take care.